Today we're going to talk about one of the most popular abdominal exercises or core stabilization exercises called the plank or planking. Everybody's probably heard of this particular exercise. We want to show you a couple things to do to make sure you're performing it properly. It's an easy little trick using a yardstick that you can do at home to make sure you're performing it properly and safely so to be most effective. Yardstick, firm surface, the floor is okay. Typically a bed is too soft. A weight bench if you have a long enough one. We're going to have Natalie go ahead and get in position here and then show you the steps. You're going to go ahead and get on your belly. You're going to get your elbows on your forearms underneath about where your shoulders would be so that when you come up into the plank position, everything's nice and in line. Her toes, her feet are dorsiflexed or toes brought up towards her head so that when she comes up, she's in a nice stable position. Everything's created for optimal stability. We're going to use this yardstick. What we're going to do is when we get her up into position, I'm going to place the yardstick on her back. Her goal is that her sacrum or her tailbone, her thoracic spine or her upper back, and the back of her head all touch the yardstick. Remember, a plank is named after a wood plank or a board, which is perfectly flat. So this is why we use this as an example. So Natalie's got pretty strong abs. You may not look exactly this symmetrical when you first start, but we want to work up to this. So come on up for me now. She's going to come up. I'm going to place the yardstick on it. You can see that. Go ahead and drop your head a hair. Just like that. That yardstick is perfectly flat, touching her tailbone, her thoracic spine, and her head. Bring your head up just a hair. Just like that. You're going to hold this plank for some degree of time, depending on your fitness level. She could easily hold this for 90 seconds to 2 minutes. You can go ahead and go down, take a break. A good starting point is 10 to 15 seconds, working up to 30 seconds. The goal that we have for most active individuals, especially golfers, should be 60 to 90 seconds. Let's do it one more time, Natalie. We're going to put the yardstick up. She's going to come up, head up a hair, just like that. We're touching the tailbone, the back, and the head. She's going to hold for a few seconds and go ahead down. Another variation of the plank is called the side plank. Now we can do these in just repetition. So she can get in the front plank position, just bring your pelvis up, go back down, just as repetition. You can do the same thing on your side, but if you want to get a little more oblique, lateral trunk musculature and your hip musculature involved, which are really important for golf, go ahead and go to the side position, Natalie. She's going to get on her side, elbow, just like we said, under her shoulder. This hand on the opposite pelvis. Feet are in good position with one on top of each other. She's going to come up, and there, she's in line for a plank. If I had this tape measure or this yardstick taped to her trunk, it would go right down the center of her body. She's holding nice and stable. She's going to feel contraction in her obliques, down her pelvic core, in her glutes and hamstrings all over. Go ahead and relax. You do want to be a little careful on this side, with the side plank, if you have shoulder or elbow problems, which Natalie does have some. It has a lot of force on that. If you do have difficulty with that, you can simply move the elbow down some, or you can bring your other hand down to help push up as well. Just go ahead up. And that will take some of the pressure off the lead elbow, and you can see you get some tricep involved there. You may not come quite as high, but it's definitely just as effective. Go ahead down. You can also do this exercise as a plank up or a side plank up. She can come up and go back down and do it for repetition. Relax. If you're doing repetition, 10 to 15 reps per set, 3 or 4 sets on the front, 2 to 3 sets on the side is optimal. Again, we mentioned on the front, 60 to 90 second plank is our goal. On the side, it won't be quite as long. 30 to 45 seconds, maybe 60 seconds at its longest. Easy trick to do to learn how to do the proper plank, improve your core stability, which should hopefully improve your golf game as well.